So welcome to my book talk, and really appreciate that the cold weather and Friday night you're able to come here to share this time with me. And the new novel is about Chinese embroidery, and also about embroiderers, of course. A former imperial embroiderer with her 4 orphaned followers or students. But of course, it's a lot more than just embroidery. A lot more. It's about human nature, about greed, romance, lust, and also about one woman's determination and courage to seek happiness and success despite all the difficulties, and also to seek for her own independence. And that novel, because the novel was set in the 1930s, at that time, China is kind of, on the change, and women are still very oppressed. Okay, do you know what that is? They're doing something with the silk strand. If you're a very, very skilled embroiderer, you have to split one silk strand into many, many, many fine threads. The finer the threads, the better the embroidery, because it's so subtle. The changing of colors is so subtle. So the best embroiderer, I think she passed away not too long ago. She was able to split one silk strand into 98 fine threads in 3 minutes. And because of her ability to do this, she was recorded in the the World Guinness Book. Yeah. So this is what they're doing, splitting the thread into fine threads. So this is a very common image. You can see women gather together and then do embroidery with this round bamboo frame. Have you done this before, ladies? When I was in elementary school, my school still had this kind of class. So I actually took lessons of embroidery and using exactly the same thing. I mostly embroidered handkerchief. I remember that. And there is one very famous opera singer called Mei Lanfang. And he supposedly had a whole team of people to make opera costumes just for him, not for anyone else. Because when you are embroidering or making costumes for this so famous opera singer, just like Pavarotti in the West. And then you also do it for other people, and then you lower your status because you want to keep up. I am Pavarotti is embroiderer, something like this. So he has a team of people just embroider for his costume. So his costumes, whenever he came out to stage, had to be the best because he was able to hire, or people want to work for him anyway, the best embroiderer. So he's getting famous, and even more famous before no one can compete with him. No one can, have that kind of money for that kind of costume. It's not possible. It's called the double-sided embroidery. I'm sure some of you know what that is. 雙面繡. That means a piece of silk. On this side, you see a tiger. On the other side, you see, let's say, a peacock. But it's the same piece of cloth. So, meaning what? First, you have to be very, very skillful. And then the stitches, we call it the stitches or stitches. That means if people look at the piece of embroidery, they don't see where the needlework begin or where they end.